but he showed a little bit of emotions here and running out of patience. Go ahead, Rob, if you want to play this clip.
Cannot send mixed signals. On the one hand, said people need to rise, and at the same time say, wait, we are negotiating. It's confusing the hell out of everyone.
Do you want to see U.S. boots on the ground at this point?
AKA, he wants us to go full force against Iran, F negotiations, just go in there, boots on the ground, sacrifice American lives, waste American dollars, just so we can have his big nose ass in power. That's literally what he's asking of us. Okay, guys? Just to make it simple and sweet.
I think that the best way to articulate this is to say that, and that's something that we have said, that the boots on the ground in Iran are the Iranian people themselves. We don't need to have foreign troops doing the job for us. But in order for people to be emboldened and have a fair fighting chance, unlike what happened in January 8th and 9th when they...
Here's the thing, though, and I'm going to stay on this point. Why don't you take all of your supporters who want you to be king and arm? Well, how about this? We'll even help you. We'll even help you guys. We'll arm you with weapons, drones, whatever the fuck you need, and you go out there and fight Iran. How about that? Yes, you and all y'all monarchists, you gather up and you go out there and fight Iran instead of dancing online or talking online, telling us how we need to go out there and waste our treasure and money. How about your people go out there and do that since y'all want it that bad? Because we don't care.
Were massacred to the tune of over 40,000 people in less than 48 hours. How could you expect the people to be the elements on the ground if they don't get the appropriate protection or cover? We can only call to this action by people being on the streets again.
Hey, shout out IU for sending another 100 for 2 jewels. Appreciate the support, sis.
Again, when they have that level of an equal fighting chance, not why the regime can deploy their thugs to murder people on the streets. That's why we needed to have the air campaign. That's why we needed to have the aerial protection. And I think that's where you can generate the element on the grounds that will not require...
So here's the question. You can pause it right there. Or you can pause it right there. It's like, hey, you can't say, you know, go back to it again, Rob. Go back to the first part of what he said, exactly the first part on what he said. If you have the clip, you can play the first 10 seconds. Go ahead.
Send mixed signals. On the one hand, said people need to rise, and at the same time say, wait, we are negotiating. It's confusing the hell out of everyone.
Okay, pause it right there. It's confusing the hell out of everyone. Who are you talking to?
Mm-hmm.
You're talking to Trump. Okay. What authority do you have?
Mm-hmm.
What authority do you have?
Yeah, let me know.
You know, I've sat on the sidelines hoping for you, and I've not been critical. I've sat on the sidelines to see what's going to happen. How come no military leaders are, you know, choosing to side with you? Why not? So you say you don't need U.S. because the boots on the ground are the Iranian people who are getting slaughtered.
Because the Iranian people don't want that dictatorial monarch back. I'm be real with you guys. The Shah, the one that we pretty much put in power over Mossadegh, I mean, yeah, he has secret police, basically had his own IRGC. He was an authoritarian. He cracked down on any opposition, just like the IRG and the Ayatollah was doing. So I'm sorry, but they don't want that guy back. Apparently, they'd rather the IRGC do it than the Shah. We're just gonna have to let them have that.
Internet's been out. What did Wall Street Journal say yesterday? The
more than any other country.
Yeah, longest in a history where the internet's been out. Where's it at?
Yeah, longest in history.
Can you go to that story? Longest internet blackout in the history, crippling Iran's economy. Why can't you call Elon and ask for Starlink? Why can't you? Where's your diplomacy? Maybe you're not good at building relationships with people. Maybe you are. I don't know.
Not a good leader.
How connected are you? You know, are the military guys looking at you and saying, that's our leader. We don't need Trump. I will convert. And I'm going to go help Reza Pahlavi. How come that's not happening? How long have you had so far? How long? I don't know. So to me, when you say mixed signals with the president, what he's doing, the audience who is supporting you, what mixed signals are you giving? You keep saying you got military people on your side. Where are they?
Yeah.
Where are they? Go ahead. People come into streets are like, well, you know, is there any way you can unite and back him up? I'm like, I've been quiet. I just want him to go do his thing. Listen, I'll celebrate it and say kudos to you. And we'll put a nice picture and say, hey, he's the guy that got the job done. But where is your military guys showing up for you? Why not?
Where?
Why are they not showing up for you? I thought you were connected. 47 years you've had. Every few years, that's the closest you've ever been. Do it without the president. Do without the president. You claim you don't need the president's help. Go ahead, do it.
I know he shows no leadership qualities. I mean, let's be real. That's why nobody wants him in power, because they see him as a weak leader. I mean, the Iranian people really don't want him back. And I mean, even in the diaspora of the monarchists, they don't even really think that he'd be a good leader. They just want anybody but the IRGC. So they're just hitching their bets on him, even though it's hopeless.
We're all waiting. Go ahead. We'll root for you. How come it's not happening? So what do you mean? You can, it's confusing as hell. It's confusing as hell to your audience. Who are you to say it's confusing as hell with the president? What the hell are you doing? So no, I'm not a fan of saying it's confusing as hell. Your audience should be confused as hell on all the promises you made. Go on the streets, now go back home. Go on the streets again, now go back home. Go on the streets. We have military defectors that are turning and they're going to come in. Where are they? Where are the defectors?
There are none.
Show me. Show me the baby. Where are the defectors? Okay?
There are none.
Your story.
They're rallying around the flag, bro. And all the guys who are defectors are hiding in their houses or they're in prison awaiting execution. That's just the sad reality of what's going on in Iran.
Confidence, you're going out there to media saying they're going to do this. We don't need the president, all this other stuff. Fantastic. Because this becomes two different things. What Trump is doing is what's best for America. That's his job. That's his duty. His job isn't what's best for you. His job isn't what's best for any other people.
I mean, come on, PBD. This war is not what's best for America. Let's just keep it a buck here. Like, I get your argument about he's not going to do what's best for you. He's going to do what's best for America and keep us in a strong position. And you're right. I mean, he should have learned this with Maria Cachado, our Nobel Prize winner. I mean, we dusted her off to the side like it wasn't nothing. Like, we didn't just use her as a political pawn to, get people on our side to force this regime change in Venezuela. It's like we just tossed her to the side. She had a couple interviews on Fox. She told a good sob story, and then we just let her go.
America first. He's trying to do what's best for America. Now, the secondary is what? Of course, he doesn't want issues in the Middle East. He would like there to not have that kind of an issue that they're dealing with. But 90% of the onus is on you now. We've been following. People are like, Pat, just leave this one alone. Leave this one alone. We know what we're doing. Where is it? Where is it? Go ahead. Well, you got to be more patient. The Iranian people that follow Reza Pahlavi have got to be the most patient people in the world. You've been waiting for 47 years. I don't have that kind of patience. Good for you. No, he's the guy. He's this, he's that. Where is the doing? The doing. Not the talking, the doing. So, yes, these are two different separate issues. Trump's got to do what's best for America first. You claim you want to do what's best for Iran first. Well, then go do it. We're waiting. We're rooting for you. We're like, come on. Watch your interviews, beautiful interviews in French and all these other languages that you speak, and very eloquent on the way you deliver your message. But when somebody says, what did you say? Let me call my cousin. You're not going to like it when my cousin shows up. And then cousin doesn't show up for 1 week.
All right. Not enough dunking on Pahlavi. It is fun dunking on him, though, because he's just such a spineless bastard. But it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, though. Let's go ahead and get into it. This is going to be funny. All right. So, anybody see the masked guy on Fox News? Well, alleged masked guy. They're pretty much saying that it was a lighting error, even though it looks like there was a clear hole in his throat that where you can just put your finger on it and pop off a mask like a Scooby-Doo. Well, let's get into that.